Hey friends, this is the Insomnis Experiment, a horror game based on a creepypasta we've probably all at least heard of, the Russian sleep experiment. It's basically a horror game that describes the horrors of pushing the human limits of sleep deprivation. There are countless videos and explanations of the story itself, so I'm not going to spoil that here before we play this game, but if you're interested, I encourage you to check out the creepypasta because it's some pretty dark stuff. Now, I don't know when you guys are going to be watching this video, but I'm recording right after the Thanksgiving weekend. And now that it's over, I've had a lot to think about. Part of me is sad because many of the family traditions we've had surrounding the holidays have kind of dissipated as I've gotten older. We don't do the same things, we don't celebrate in the same way. The magic, in a sense, is gone a bit. But then I realized what was actually going on. It was actually an opportunity to create new traditions in different ways with different people. Traditions you spent with your family as a child could now become a tradition you do with your friends. And it is a lot of work. You have to create these things. You can't just expect for them to happen. But in my opinion, keeping the magic of the holidays, even in the smallest way possible, is huge. So if you are like me and you've started to feel that the holidays are losing their luster in a way, take this opportunity to start creating new traditions. And here's an idea for one. You can pick a bunch of different friends, everyone bakes their own cookies, brings them all together on one night, and you guys have a cookie contest. Then once the winner's decided, you guys can just watch holiday specials for the rest of the night or something like that. The holidays are really about human connection, and whether that's in a nostalgic way or a new way, it's okay. Don't let that go. Love you guys. With that being said, here is the Insomnis Experiment. And here we go. Inspired by the Russian sleep experiment creepypasta, which we know. Russian researchers in the late 1940s kept 5 people awake for 15 days using an experimental gas-based stimulant. Gas-based stimulant. Oh, and here we go. Now, this is by Vita's Games, which we've played a couple of games from this developer. We played an Easter horror game called Die the Bunny, and we also played one called Sorrow Asylum, which was pretty cool. And here we have Insomnis Experiment. So these are some x-rays. I'm not sure what they're looking for. I guess just to see, you know, does anything happen to the bones? Anything physical happen with that level of sleep deprivation? It's crazy how important sleep is. It's in charge of, like, so much. Here's something. I'm assuming we're in the facility. Where these people are being kept alive, kept awake for such an extended period of time. What does that do to the human body? What does that do to our brains? We can't recover. I'm imagining it messes with our digestion. What is this a picture of? Doctor. 15 days? What is this a picture of? Is this the doctor overseeing a patient? And more x-rays. Yeah, what does that do? I'm sure at some point in our lives we've all pulled an all-nighter or stayed up for 24 hours. And, you know, the kind of, I guess, not damage, but you just feel ravaged. You feel horrible afterwards. Imagine this.
5 days without sleep, the paranoia started to kick in. The test subjects stopped talking to each other. They whispered to us.
They whispered to us. So, I mean, in my opinion, even on day 2, I feel like I would start to hallucinate. It's not like they can sleep. They're being kept awake with a gaseous stimulant, so... Ooh, that looks really good. Accidentally falling asleep isn't really a factor in this experiment. And looks like the doctor has recorded the reactions. So when we're going through this facility, I also think it's important to kind of take a look at what the developer has set up for us. I mean, the beds are extremely archaic. So comfort was not a concern in the study. And clearly, if you're doing a test about the effects of extreme sleep deprivation, the comfort of the patient... What is this? This doesn't look like it's part of the facility. This just looks like... somewhere we shouldn't be. Hello?
After 9 days, one test subject started screaming until his vocal cords broke. Then another one did the same. And then the screaming stopped, as well as the whispers.
One thing I wonder is, if you're keeping them alive with a stimulant like that, how do you prevent them from going into cardiac arrest? I mean, look, we all have our daily caffeine, I'm sure, but 15 days of constant stimulant through a gas? That can't be good. I mean, at some point, you'd think the heart would give out before the brain. Here we go with some more x-rays. What are they looking for? I'm not sure what an x-ray would tell you. And down the steps we go. So, the design of this game is very much setting the scene, kind of describing to the player from the doctor's perspective what's happening. So we're building. This is the kind of short horror experience where the vast majority of the experience is building to something. Which for these short experiences, I think, pays off tremendously usually. You don't have much time.
We are inside, always waiting, watching, seeking your eyes are not closed to stay open. One more thing to do, one less moment of sleep. Clock reset, start waiting again. Fall asleep, lose yourself, find what lies beneath the surface.
Find what lies beneath the surface.
Follow you all until there's nothing, but at that moment is everything. Keep your eyes open. If they don't close, they can't stop you. The true strength you have lying dormant. Your wasted potential.
He's whispering like the process of what he does every day, but also like...
Can't stop them. They will find you. There is no way to outrun them. And now they have found the foothold. They are coming. The monsters are waking.
The monsters are waking. They're coming. They found the foothold. It's as if being awake this long has caused them to see into some other place or see something they shouldn't. What are they talking about, the monsters? It's interesting, the idea of like when you push the human psyche to a certain level or the human brain, the whole idea of, untapped potential. It allows them to see, in some stories into another dimension, into another reality, see things that they shouldn't already or shouldn't normally see. I really like that concept. Like, what if there were monsters that we couldn't see around us every day? But once a human brain is exposed to an extreme amount of sleep deprivation, all of a sudden we can start to see those monsters around us. You know, for no real reason scientifically, but the concept makes for a very interesting story. It also makes for a terrifying circumstance because I am extremely nervous after hearing that whispering. Okay, we have an X-ray and another doctor's note.
After 3 more days, we couldn't see what was inside the room.
Why?
The test subjects weren't making any sounds either, but we knew they were inside, according to how much oxygen was being consumed.
So why couldn't you see what was inside the rooms anymore? Why would you not? Their X-ray. I mean, I'm not a doctor, but looks like a human skeleton. What I'm concerned about is, are we heading into the rooms where the subjects were being kept? And what is this? Oh, are these the windows for observation? Yeah, I can't really see anything. A giant wheel? For the gas, maybe? I don't know. Alright, we're gonna head down here. I'm not sure if we were supposed to turn that wheel. I tried interacting with it, I couldn't. So we'll see. I think this is the gas here. The nurse.
The doctor announced that they will open the chamber to test the microphones, that the people inside need to get on the ground or they will be shot. Then I heard a whisper.
They're not going to listen.
We no longer want to be freed.
Oh. And there's the gas. So what do we do? Is that the stimulant? Get on the ground. Yeah, they're not going to listen. Yeah, the pipes have burst. There's that iconic image. Oh! Oh! I thought the game was gonna end. Oh. Damn. He's in the facility. Oh my god. Can we see now? Oh, shoot. See, that's what they're building toward. Oh my god. I can't go that way. So where do I go?
The test subject had his abdominal organs removed. The doctor was cutting and trying to
Why?
get his organs back. They were not people anymore. They ate their own flesh, ripped their own organs out. I looked at his eyes and his mouth curled into a smile.
Oh my god. Oh! Where's my... Oh!
I must remain awake.
Oh. Oh, he broke out. Unfortunately, they've let the gas into the entire facility, so we're being affected by it as well. I don't think we need anything to help us stay awake now, though. Is he here? I hear him. Is he gone? Oh!
So easily. We are you. We are the madness that lurks within you all. Begging to be free at every moment in your deepest animal mind. We are what you hide from in your beds every night. We are what you sedate into silence and paralysis when you go to the nocturnal haven where we cannot tread.
They're talking about when you go into the nocturnal haven where we cannot tread. There's something that can't get access to us when we sleep. But when you don't sleep, these things can enter our mind or our bodies. And are we inside one of the chambers? How did we get in here? Can I exit?
Keep cutting.
Oh, okay. That was an effective short horror experience. Wow. Okay. So, makes me question if we were a subject the whole time or not. Because like we were in the chamber at the end, was that just supposed to be symbolic of something? Or were we actually a patient the whole time? Who knows? But it's an interesting concept, like these beings that are not, defined, gain access to us and kind of possess us in a sense if we don't sleep for a certain amount of time, because sleeping, entering the nocturnal haven, as the whispering at the end mentioned, is how we keep them at bay. Very interesting stuff. I would love to see more horror games based on creepypastas that we all know. This was an interesting experience, guys. I love you guys very much. Please be safe, and I will see you in the next one.